Okay, everybody, this is Texas Danny, and Danny in Texas. It's July the 19th, 2021, early Monday morning, somewhere around 2 a.m., I suppose. I was just doing a little kind of a survey. Anybody wanted me to ask anything like that? Uni's Mondays channel, who I watch, and I do see Uni Mondays effects on the my cell phone when I watch his channel, and I see the spectrum light changes. So if you want to check that out, check out Uni Monday's channel, because I do see them on occasionally. I don't see everything. I have admitted visual problems, and I have also quoted to him once or twice about spiritual problems, which could make me subject to kind of whimsical deceits. But my eyes have been funny since June 2016, whenever I quantum jumped or kicked the bucket or got space beamed or whatever that happened, whatever the infinite possibilities of occurrences were, from the simple and the trivial to the incredible. I want to go to a point he made about the North and South Korea, because admittedly, North and South Korea, because they, to me, basically have remotely, more or less stayed relatively the same, though there's still a tremendous amount of changes in there, because the scope and the scale of all sizes of Earth have changed. And I'm without doubt that there have been changes to both North and South Korea, especially with history and everything else like that in the war, the Korean War, which has never been officially ultimately resolved. It's just kind of it's been in a state that it's at right now for a long time, and history is carried over or is parallel or whatever else like that. But I would want to mention that the basics still remain. North Korea, of course, was the upper part of the Great Korean Peninsula. South Korea, the southern part of South Korea. Seoul was always the biggest and most largest city in South Korea, and close to the DMZ, or the demilitarized zone of North and South Korea, and was in military range. But of course, things have been very, very quiet for a long, long time, with incidents that have happened historically. But I would like to point out that, and I'm using this map here as just a very, very basic. Of course, my Asian pronunciations are going to be horrible. Matter of fact, my pronunciations, period. I'm one of those Americans who talks with like they have marbles in their mouth, and I apologize for that. It's just the way it is. But Jeju Island is a quantum island, if that's pronounced right. That's just, I'm giving you an example, and these are not to scale and exact proximity. These are just examples. Tsushima, which may be Japanese, is also a quantum island, and of course is not to scale and exact proximity. But I am letting everybody know that now many people have said that they have different recollections of our memories and our past and stuff like that as to where everything is, and that is of course true. Basically, North and South Korea, essentially just like the United States of America, just like China, just like Russia, just like Brazil, Japan, Hawaii, Mexico, Florida, England, the UK, and Spain, Turkey, everything kind of makes a kind of comprehensive, collective reorganization of form, where it basically always represents the basic idea of the form, but not exactly. For example, I grew up watching in Southern California Japanese monster movies. I loved them. Japanese monster movies were great. From the 1960s, some from the 50s before I was born. And, for example, Godzilla, which I saw the American version, was the 1956 version of the 1954 Godzilla movie. But you would frequently always see the Japanese map, and I always thought that Japan was a beautiful, beautiful island nation. I thought it was just wonderful. But this is a different Japan. This farther northern island is kind of tilted over right side, as opposed to being like this. It would have been much more left orientated up to the top. These islands would have been going more of a straight off. this area would have spread out, everybody, because of bigger, and the sizes have just changed. Now, the Sea of Japan was always very mysterious, and again, a lot of Japan is gone, like a lot of everywhere on Earth is smaller and less area. And so these areas would have been all filled in much more fuller. And in the southern part of Japan here, that's why I have this just kind of formed out here. Again, this is a quantum island, right? This is a quantum island, and this is a quantum island. These came into existence post 2016, but Japan, well, it would have been further out. I'm just kind of very much guessing that Japan would have been at least a couple 100 miles, 300 miles further out. Still close. It would have still been like the southern part would have been like out here, and to where North and South of Korea. Japan was right there. It was a huge island. But this, let me show you, would have been all filled in like this. It would have been coming down. The southern end of Japan has really, really been broken up. This would have been all filled in for Japan. All this would have been filled in. A lot of area right in through, a lot more area. But it's the same thing that has happened all over the world, like to Argentina. Argentina got whacked bad. The Mexican coast got whacked bad. California's changed, and so forth like that. But just to put it simply, in essence, it seems to me the two countries that have stayed relatively more or less the same, mostly, not exactly though, because again, these are quantum islands down here. Japan would have been in a different position, and everything would have been bigger. So all the areas would have been bigger and everything else like that. But as you see, the Yellow Sea, those areas in China, let me show you Shanghai. Shanghai has moved, in my opinion, hundreds and hundreds of miles further up north the coast. Taiwan is now heading back towards China, and Taiwan got bigger. Taiwan got bigger as an island. It got steadily bigger. But, things are relative into their size as to what's changing, what's going this direction and what's going that direction. Japan, of course, I would say the entire, we have Russia, we have China, we have Asia, North and South Korea, and Japan. These countries are all in a situation because it's coming up also from Australia and Indonesia, and all this area has changed compared to my past reality in life. So this is all different. China's lush growing area is only half the size it used to be. A lot more areas come in through here. And this is where our changes are going to be coming in through. They're going to be coming in through the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea. Iran and Afghanistan are in tremendous activity. We have the Tibet, Nepal. All this was much, much iced over, much more ice. I'm sure there's a lot still up there. It's very high and very cold, but compared to what it used to be, it's been reduced. But now there's still a lot of water there, a lot of water for potential. And these changes coming in down to Bangladesh, to Southeast Asia, to Vietnam. Here is a quantum island, Hainan. Am I pronouncing right? I apologize if I'm butchering the name. A lot of people, when they're not used to pronouncing the name of a place, will butcher it badly or mispronounce it badly, so it's not to be disrespectful. But this is a quantum island, which steadily came in, I would say, from early 2017 and got bigger and bigger. And the issues with the South China Sea and stuff like that are kind of pretty obvious as to why they had to occur. But I've watched Shanghai move tremendously. Now, because my back's getting tired, I'm going to make this quick, and it ended up. But we have changes coming in to the western part of Mexico, up towards Chihuahua, the Gulf of California. Southern California is very crucial. The entire state, the entire west coast of the United States, Canada, Earth, period, everybody, is so dynamically active and so busy. But our issues are going to be coming up from the Gulf of California, going out towards Chihuahua, even over to Austin, Texas, close to where I am. I'm not right. I'm closer to more Dallas than anywhere. But Austin, Texas is going to have some effects. We've got Florida moving out. We have Manhattan tremendously busy. Manhattan is changing in her size and scope. And a lot of things are going on with Manhattan right now. We have changes to Washington, D.C., the Eastern Seaboard, Virginia, the entire United States of America, Earth, period. But I've got to go right now, everybody. This is getting a little long. But your changes are going to be coming into Chihuahua. We have changes to southern Arizona, south of Phoenix. We have the Gulf of California and the Salton Sea changing up in this area. And yes, we have the Denali wave from Mount Denali and the moisture and also the changes and stuff like that. We have buckling and we have changes in quantum fashion and style happening to the Yellowstone super caldera. As she moves out east, northeast, she pushes out further into Wyoming against the Thunder Basin and Devil's Tower and pushes up north into Montana. These quantum changes are far, far faster than any conventional time. Extremely, extremely faster than conventional time. We go to bed, everybody. We sleep for like 15,000 years. That's just how it is. Okay, Texas Danny out. Bye.